Good morning, Arizona. It is a Monday morning. This is your Arizona Family on the Go podcast, and I'm Scott Passmore. We are learning more about a settlement over the alleged voter intimidation at ballot drop boxes. Last October, the League of Women Voters of Arizona sued a group called Clean Elections USA for violating voter intimidation laws. The court immediately ordered the group to stop the intimidating behavior, but the two sides have now settled the case and agreed to publicly condemn voter intimidation. Terms and the details of the settlement have been confidential. And a reminder that even though we've seen some rain this month, it is still wildfire season. Over the weekend, Daisy Mountain Fire had to put out the flames of a brush fire north of Anthem. The 1-acre fire sparked near Circle Mountain Road, just east of I-17, but crews were able to keep it from burning any structures, and they put it out pretty fast. Well, we've been talking a lot about artificial intelligence lately, and now there's a push to have it help with firefighting efforts across Arizona. In 2020, nearly 1 million acres were burned because of wildfires across the state. Places like Nevada and California are already using AI as part of their firefighting and fire prevention efforts. And now a man living near Tucson is working to bring this technology here to Arizona. So here's how it works. Firefighters set up cameras in an area they want to monitor, sort of like a massive smoke detector, and they say the AI can detect fires in under a minute and can operate during the day and night, giving crews valuable time to respond to the flames.
This to me is another element, and this is an element that gives speed, because that's all this does is look for that fire. So this will send that alert out with, a lot of times within a minute to the first responder, and they'll have that alert coming in a minute and can be rolling their trucks out to that fire event.
And first responders are alerted with either a text or email, and the system can even share video of where the smoke is coming from. This company says they are already in talks with multiple fire agencies here and across the state, including the Bureau of Land Management. Their goal to set up their product, keep it up and running here with the hopes that it can save property and maybe even save some lives.
It's really painful to be looking for another mobile home when I already owned my mobile home. That's really been devastating to be looking, for another mobile home when you own your own.
Time is running out for folks living near a community near GCU. Families have until next Sunday to leave the Periwinkle Mobile Home Park. The property owned by GCU will be cleared out for campus expansion. Phoenix City Council this spring voted to move forward with the eviction process, but set aside $2.5 million in federal funds to assist Periwinkle and other mobile home park residents facing eviction. Residents have voiced concerns about relocating and finding affordable housing. New mobile home parks have not been built in the Phoenix metro for more than 30 years. And it was a final farewell to an iconic Phoenix mall. We're talking about Metro Center, set to be demolished this summer. The space will turn into new housing, retail, and office space. The mall holds nostalgic memories for a lot of Valley natives. Thousands of people showed up for a big farewell party. Lots of live music and food out there, and there were also screenings of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which features scenes actually filmed at the mall.
Metro Center's been here for 50 years, and so many people have memories here, whether it's jobs or the cruising, hanging out with friends. And Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure was filmed here, and we wanted to have that last hurrah. And really, the love in this community for this place just became a big event.
And the demolition expected to start later this summer. The city hoping to start construction on the new project in 2024. Now let's turn to the Phoenix Mercury and the home debut of Brittany Griner during the team's home opener last night. Thousands of people were downtown for the big moment. A lot of people hoping for this ever since Griner was taken into custody in Russia last February before eventually being freed. So even in a loss, the Mercury and fans got a big win for their home opener. Griner receiving a huge ovation, crowd going nuts, showing their appreciation for her. Fans we talked to say Griner was sorely missed last season while she was being held in Russia. Fans telling AZ Family she was the missing piece that can inspire the team to push harder. Last night's game meant more than looking at the score, but seeing the Mercury back together on the court, well, for some it was truly emotional.
I actually got a little choked up on the opening when they were like, she's home. I got a little choked up because, you know, we could write, she could never come back. She could be in a Russian prison. She could be dead. But that was emotional for me. So this was a great home opening.
And a lot of fans also saying they want Griner to know that she is loved and understands she still needs to work on her physical and mental health following her time in Russia. President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy scheduled to meet today with less than 2 weeks until the default date for the country's debt ceiling. According to White House officials, the president and House Speaker spoke by phone yesterday, a conversation McCarthy called, quote, productive, but time is nearly running out for the two. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says the U.S. could go broke as soon as June 1st. Some analysts say a default would likely cause a recession, a jump in unemployment, and place federal and military salaries in jeopardy. There could also be a stoppage of Social Security benefits. Republicans want spending cuts in the federal budget in exchange for their support to raise the nation's borrowing limit. President Biden is accusing some of his political rivals of encouraging a default to harm his re-election efforts. Now for a look at your Monday weather, here's April.
Here's a look at your Monday first alert forecast. Sunny with light winds and a high of 101 degrees in the valley today. A high pollution advisory is in effect for ozone pollution today in Maricopa County. While quiet weather is expected in the valley today, storms are still possible in the mountains both today and tomorrow. Drier air spreading into the region will end the chance of storms from Wednesday through the weekend. Sunshine is expected every day this week in the valley with afternoon temperatures slightly above normal at about 98 to 101 degrees each day from now through next weekend.